Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Old Fashioned Health Network. Good health inside and out. I'm Gwen McDaniel, and I'm your host for the Senior Living Show. And we are extremely excited to have our guest with us today, Brandon Brown. You know, we've talked about initially, we wanted to bring you someone to help provide service in various areas. And Brandon specializes in counseling. He's a licensed counselor. He's particularly been working with some veterans, particularly with PTSD, and he does a lot of relationship counseling. And he's been doing this work now since 2009.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That's right.
And I'm excited to have him with us because the other thing that he does is he works with the Georgia Defense, at the Defense Force, I believe.
Yeah, Georgia State Defense Force.
And so he comes to us, even though he looks extremely young, he has a lot of experience. And we want to talk to him today about living after 65. Boy, that sounds great, you know? And there are a lot of things that we can do to enhance our lives. Brandon, I'm excited to have you with us today, and thank you so much for coming down and sharing this time with us.
Thank you. It's an honor to be able to be here and speak with you, so I'm just excited and thankful.
Well, great. It's good to have you. One of the reasons I wanted to talk about this area is because CDC did an article, and they talked about the U.S. life expectancy of an individual that, say, is age 65 now, that they could live to their 85 on an average, 84, 85 on an average. You know, that's good news. That is good news.
It is.
I can remember when people used to say at 50, well, I got more years behind me than I got in front of me.
Right.
And now if someone's 65, you know, they can look for another 19, 20 years.
That's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
No telling what it'll be by the time you get there, right?
107.
But you know, the thing that's interesting about that is if we're going to live that long, this is where I think your business is extremely powerful and really needed in our community, because people need to know, how do you live your life so that when you're blessed to live this long, that you live a healthy, a wholesome life, and that you're in a position to maximize you know, what God has given you for all those years. So we want to talk about a couple of things that can kind of get us there. And so the first thing I'd like to consider is the fact that if someone's going to live for another 19 years, and they were in your counseling session, what would be some things that you would have them consider?
Okay. I'll tell you what, the first thing I would have them consider would be to really lean in to relationships and connections with other people. What we find, you know, you talked about, you know, in younger age, a lot of times you ask people, what do you think makes a good life? They might say things like money or fame. These are going to enrich my life. These are what's going to cause me to feel satisfied, things like that. What actually is the truth is it's your relationships, it's your connections, and the quality. My wife and I were reading an article, watching videos about a Harvard study where they actually took a group of 724 men, and from the time they were teenagers, tracked them all the way through their life until many of them actually till death. There was only about 60 still alive last time I checked on it, and just everything you can think of, brain scans, blood, all kinds of stuff to kind of see like where their life was ending up and how they were doing and things like that. And you know what they found was the best predictor of a healthy and satisfied life? It was their connections with other people. They said at age 50, if they looked at age 50 and said, how are they going to be doing at age 85? It wasn't like cholesterol, all these other things that you would think. It was actually the quality of your connections. The people that had very good connections, they were living longer. They were happier. Matter of fact, even if they had pains and ailments, they were better able to deal with that. So what I would say to do is join groups. Make sure that, you know, whatever family you have around, that you're really investing in and really deepening that quality of relationship.
That is so important. I look at it for myself, and I think oftentimes of people who are isolated, even from family members. But if they don't have that connection with some friends, somebody they can talk about. You talk about even if the ache and pains. I mean, even if you can talk to somebody about your aches and pains.
That's right.
But having somebody you can relate mentally to is extremely powerful.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense. So, how do you think we should go about establishing these relationships, and what part does creating your purpose in your life at this point in your life? How do you create a purposeful life and lean into those relationships?
Those things are interconnected. Having a purpose in your life and being connected with other people, right? So purpose and what we're going to do in this world. Really, if we're all about ourselves, we often don't feel a sense of purpose. You probably noticed this, where if it's all about us, it's just like there's still an emptiness. I've talked to friends that made literally millions of dollars, and even with that, they said I'm at the top of my success, and I still just something's missing, right? And then so what happens is when you start to make your life about other people, then all of a sudden now you have purpose. So the way that I see it is, I think that we've all been given some sort of gift. We've all been given something that we're good at. Everybody. If you tell me that I'm not good at anything, I'm not going to believe you, because everyone's been given something, right? So what we do is we take that and we say, how can I use this to help someone else, right? How can I use this to make someone else's life better? Whether it's someone you know, maybe someone you don't know. All of a sudden, guess what I'm going to feel? Feel a sense of purpose, right? Yes. As a counselor, I get pumped and I wake up every morning because it's like, thank you, I've been given the opportunity to try to enrich someone else's life. And it just gets me charged up all the time, gives me that sense of purpose and a sense of connection as well. And then some of the other things, volunteering, you feel much better. Name me some people you think are some of the people you can think of that have had purpose in our human history.
Civil rights leaders. They have purpose in serving.
Right. So like Martin Luther King Jr., you look at his life, would you say he lived a life for himself or for others?
For others. Service.
It's service.
Yeah, yeah. And, even when we haven't lived those previous 60-something years in the area of doing a lot, because a lot of people are working and trying to make families work and that kind of thing. But now there's so many other things they can do, to put that service in their lives and create the kind of life that could actually, like Colonel did for Kentucky Fried Chicken. He created his business at 65.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Mary Kay Ash for Mary Kay Products created her business at 65. So it seems like that's a clue to me. Yeah. There are a lot of us out there, that at 65, when you look for a purpose and you look for a way to actually put some meaning in your life, that there are a lot of options. A lot of options. Well, let's take a quick break, and we'll go to commercial break because I have to pay for things, right? And we'll come back. Let's talk about some of those things that we could do to enhance our lives, some of those things that's available for us to put purpose in our lives, and then create a legacy for our family.
Absolutely.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Welcome back, everyone, and we've been talking with Brandon about living after 65. We are not at a position now that we know we got another average of 20 years to just go and sit on the porch and just rock. Let's talk about some things that we can do to enhance our lives and maximize these next 20 years. If you're going to do that, probably one of the first things you want to look at is your healthy lifestyle, right? Share with us some things that you counsel your people on staying healthy and the benefits of staying healthy.
Absolutely. So when we think about a healthy lifestyle, the first things that come to mind that we'll talk about, exercise and eating healthily, right? There's actually a profound effect of those things and aging successfully, right? It's not just isolated, it's very much an influence on how your health will be, how sharp you'll be, how much energy you'll have. So all the things when we think about, doing some of the things we've talked about, leaving an impact, having purpose, you need energy and focus for those type of things, right? So first with exercising is great because it's going to do a lot of things for you. So number one, exercising is going to release endorphins, give you that feeling of euphoria, right? It's also going to help with other production of chemicals in your brain that are going to give you energy, make you happier, and things like that. It's going to boost your self-confidence. When you're moving and you're physical, even if it's just going for a brisk walk, it doesn't, everyone's got their own intensity, but if you're out there and exercising, it's going to have a lot of positive impact for you carrying on.
Absolutely.
And did you know that exercise actually improves your memory?
Does it?
Yeah, it improves your memory. When you exercise, there's promotion to one of the structures in your brain called the hippocampus. And the hippocampus is very implicated in memory and learning. So if you're doing a lot of exercise, it's promoting that area so that as you age, it kind of prevents some of the decline that is so scary to so many of us, helps to stave that off a little bit.
What are some areas that you found some of your people volunteer in?
One of the things they can volunteer in, so let's say that someone like yourself that has business experience, there's an organization called SCORE. And with SCORE, you can mentor and become, a mentor to people that are coming up in business, so that you can take what you've learned and what's worked well, because those concepts stay the same.
Yes,
doesn't matter if technology changes, doesn't matter what else changes. If it's a good, solid concept, it remains, and so you can do that. I've had people I know that volunteer at the aquarium. So we're here in Atlanta. They volunteer at the Atlanta Aquarium, and they educate people, and just depend on what area they like. Everything from that, libraries, ministries, so kind of taking, like we said before, what you've been given and then say, how can I use this to help someone else?
Stimulating the mind, And Brandon, that takes me to an area that I'm extremely excited to be able to share with our guests, because Brandon is going to be joining the Old Fashioned Health Network, and he's going to have a show called Maximize Your Mind. So you're going to have plenty of opportunities to hear him share ideas, those nuggets about how we can extend our thinking and maximize the brain tissues. Don't let them just sit there.
Yeah, that's right. Work them out.
Have fun with it. So I'm excited to have you with us.
I can't wait to join. I'm thrilled.
This network offers a lot of information for people, so they know now where to come and where to get that, and you're going to be such a great inspiration to all ages, actually. So I'm excited to have you come and join us.
Thank you.
So we invite you to come and listen to Brandon Brown, the counselor from Kennesaw, Georgia. And he's going to bring a lot of great information to us. So thank you so much, Brandon.
Thank you.
It's
My
been
pleasure.
my pleasure.
Mine
and
is.
I look forward to working with you more.
Thank you. Me too.
All right.